Hello everyone and welcome back to Klaus Karner Studios here with another video for you. So I wanted to do another classic review video, but I wasn't really sure on how to do it. So what I decided to do was I was going to do kind of like a battle mock-up here of the Battle of France, obviously against the Germans and Italians and the British and the French and also the lowland countries here. So what I'll be also doing around here is just also giving a couple of random little fun facts, I guess. I guess you could call them fun. I don't know. About the Battle of France here. So, let's just get into it. And here we have the British and French forces. So let's just take a look at the riflemen. Here we have a British rifleman here with a Lee Enfield rifle. Pretty cool. Not really going to say too much about him. Just a pretty good pose. Yeah, there has some standard details like a canteen, the bayonet, pouches for his rifle ammo. Pretty cool. This guy's slightly different. He has a backpack, so that's pretty cool. Next, we have the British light machine gunner, which is this Bren gunner here. So the Bren gun is a light machine gun, of course, with a 20-round magazine. So that's pretty cool. I'll set him right down here on this box. Look at him. Pretty cool guy. Now let's take a look at the British, I guess, heavy machine gun, I guess if you want to call it. The Vickers machine gun right here. All these guys so far we've looked at have all been Matchbox figures, but that's about to change in a second when we start looking at the French soldiers. Pretty cool Vickers machine gun. Alright, so let's start taking a look at the French soldiers here. So this guy right here is from some Chinese company. I don't remember the exact name of it, but they make some pretty solid figures. They're not too crazy, but they're pretty nicely detailed, and they also have overly large guns, as you can tell here. This gun right here is, let me see, I have this sheet over here telling me what all the guns are. What is this one? This is the Mac FM 2429 light machine gun. So it's kind of like the French version of the Bren gun, I guess, is the best way to put it. So that's pretty cool. Again, canteen there. He's throwing a grenade. Pretty cool. Then we have this French running soldier here with a MAS 38, I believe. This is what it's called. Yeah, the MAS 38 submachine gun. So that's pretty cool. Again, pretty cool with those Adrian helmets. The Adrian helmets are always really nice. I really do like them. At least I do believe they're still Adrian helmets. I don't remember, because I know they used the Adrian helmets in World War I, but I can't remember if these are just still called Adrian helmets in World War II. I think they still are, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. Here we have this rifleman right here with, I believe this is the Beffier MLE rifle. I'm not sure how they exactly say it, as this is obviously in French, and I don't speak French, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the Beffier MLE rifle. Over here, let's check out this blue guy right here with his rifle. So, this rifle does, it looks kind of similar to like the Beffier MLE rifle, but this one's actually a bit different. This is actually the MAS 36 rifle, bolt action rifle. So that's pretty cool. We got two different types of French bolt action rifles. So that's pretty cool. Actually, this is bolt action. I'm pretty sure this one is semi-automatic, a semi-automatic rifle. So they're actually both kind of different. Next, let's take actually a look at this British support crew over here. So this guy right here is holding charges that you would put in an artillery, with an artillery shell and an artillery gun, of course. Here we have this radio operator. Pretty nice figure. This mortar, soldier carrying a mortar shell. Pretty cool. Again, these guys right here are actually Airfix figures. And then we have this, I guess, British, what do you call him? Like, support officer, I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah, so he's pretty cool, honestly. And honestly, since we're talking about an officer right here, let's just look at our officer figures we get with these sets. So, right here, we have a British officer right here. He doesn't really remind me of anyone specific, but he's a really cool pose here made by Matchbox. I really like him. Pretty cool. Here we have the French officer here. I'm actually not sure what the pistol is called. I might remember something. I'm not sure. I never actually wrote it down, but again, pretty cool figure here. I like this guy. Next right here, we have this French officer from the Marx Recast set. Now, this guy here actually kind of reminds me of Charles de Gaulle, which is a World War II French general, and later to become French president, and, yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like this guy. Pretty cool officer pose. The last kind of guy I want to, two things I want to highlight over here is this plane. So right here, this is a French fighter plane. It is, let me see if I can actually pronounce this one. The Guillotine D520. Pretty cool. It's just a little model kit, snap together model kit I have. Pretty cool plane. I like it. Then the last guy I actually kind of just want to highlight over here is actually this bugle player. You don't really see a lot of guys playing musical instruments during, in war sets, I guess, like army and sets here. So I thought this guy was pretty cool. Kind of want to highlight him. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the allies here. So let's take a look at some of their, I guess, kind of fun facts. I mean, they're not really fun, but you know what I mean. So the Battle of France and the Low Countries started on May the 10th, 1940, and lasted through June the 25th, 1940. A little fact that I just kind of wanted to highlight out here, and a really big one, is obviously Operation Dynamo and the operation at Dunkirk specifically. So, at Dunkirk, a bunch of British ships, civilian and military, came and evacuated a whole lot of French, British, and Belgian forces out of France and brought them to the British Isles. Probably ended up like saving the war for them and ended up saving a whole lot of troops from being captured by the Germans. And speaking of the Germans, that's who we're going to look at next. And here is the German army. So let's start off with their vehicles. Right here we have an SD KFZ-C armored personnel carrier with two MG-34s. Right here we have a Panzer IV-C, has a 75mm howitzer. Back here we have a Flak 88, which, if you didn't know, was actually is a flat gun, but the Germans figured out it can actually be used for as an anti-tank weapon too. So it was really good at taking out like the British Matilda tank series. As it was probably one of the only things the Germans could reliably use to take out those heavy tanks at the time. Wish I kind of had a Matilda tank, 1 or 2, but to show to you guys, but it's still pretty cool. Let's take a look at some of the infantry in this set. Now, the Germans don't have as much of a variety as the Allies did, but they still have some pretty cool guys. So let's take off this MP40 soldier right here. So right there is his MP40, or it could be an MP38. I'm not actually sure what the difference is between them, except for the names. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Mark's figure right here. That's pretty cool. Then right here we have another MP40 or MP38 submachine gunner right here. Pretty cool Matchbox knockoff, but still really like the guy. Right here we have a Airfix Advancing Kar 98K rifle soldier. Really cool detailing. I really like this guy. And really not too much to say. Most of the German infantry in the Airfix set only have Kar 98Ks. So, yeah. But still pretty cool guys right here. Don't worry about that guy falling over. But over here we have the Crawling Squad, I guess is the best way to put it. Didn't really know where else to put him, so I just kind of put him here. Let's check out the Crouching Rifleman right here. Again, Kar 98K. Shovel, bayonet, gas mask canister, and canteen right there with his water. And then let's check out my favorite duo pair right here. The MG34 team right here. Now, don't worry about the MG34's gun. It's a little up. But honestly, this is probably one of my favorite like Airfix duos right here. Really iconic. I really like both of these figures. They're both really detailed. They're just really cool in general, you know? I really can't say too much more. But the last kind of unique figure here we got is this Matchbox knockoff German officer here with Luger. It's not Luger, it's Walter. There we go. Walter 38 pistol. So that's pretty cool. Oh, actually, did almost forget this guy. This Grenadier pose, which I think his grenade there is called the Stahlhelm Granada, I believe is how you pronounce it in German, or like what the Allies called it, the potato masher. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So, as you heard, I did mention Italy earlier, and Italy actually joined the war on June the 10th, 1940. So, let's actually take a look at some of the poses now. So, I just kind of got them right here. I'm not sure if all of these are like historically accurate. I actually didn't really do my research on the Italian guns. So, some of these in here might be from later war. Some of these might be actually historically accurate. I'm not sure if this like submachine gun, I think, is them this, but I'm just gonna say they are for this video. So let's just start off like taking a look at this Grenadier pose here. So he's prone, or kind of crouched and prone at the same time here with his rifle and grenade. That's pretty cool. Here we have this advancing Italian soldier with a rifle, again from that like one Chinese company. No, when I actually got my guys from the Chinese company with the Italian soldiers, they were actually kind of wonky as, yeah, the guns kind of a little broke off. And this guy here, I'm not even sure what's wrong. I can't tell if that's actual, like, plastic there that's added or what, but, yeah. A little wonky of a guy. I can't tell if it's supposed to be, like, feathers, because the Italians did attach feathers to their helmets, but I can't tell. It might just be extra plastic. Another advancing Italian soldier guy right here. Again, I think that is supposed to be there because both of these guys have it. So I think it is supposed to be like a feather or something. I'm not sure. Oh, as far as a plastic issue. But yeah, then we got this Italian machine gunner, I think. Yeah, I think it's a machine gun. Could be an anti-tank rifle. I don't know. They also have this like cool kind of hat thing. I'm not sure what it's actually called, but honestly, it looks pretty cool. Other than that, yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. A little quick couple of, I guess, one more fact as we go. France, Paris was captured, by the Germans 4 days later after the Italians entered the war on the 14th of June. And, I mean, that's actually my last historical fact I have. So I don't know why I said I had more, but yeah, I mean, overall, it was just pretty cool. I definitely like this review format more than just a regular looking at all of them. Definitely giving a couple more historical facts, the names of the weapons. I personally really liked it more. So, but yeah, tell me how you guys feel about the kind of new video format of these review videos I'm going to end up doing. And of course, I'm going to make another stop motion. No clue when I'm going to be able to actually release it or even start making it for that matter. So don't expect anything for a good little while. But yeah, that's the video. If you guys like the video, like, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. And yeah, that's it. Bye guys.